It's a glorious sunny day here in North Norfolk in the UK, and we're off on a mini adventure to visit the North Norfolk Heritage Railway. So hopefully we'll get to see some classic steam trains and ride the old-fashioned railway carriages. If you'd like to come along with us, then please join us. You're more than welcome. Let's see what we find for the day. I think, to be honest, we missed a trick by buying our tickets online. Should have actually come here for the full authentic experience of buying tickets from the old ticket office. If you're an expert on trains, then I apologise in advance because I'm not an expert on trains. I just like riding these heritage railways. I love the nostalgia of being on the old-fashioned trains. So if I get anything wrong, then please accept my apologies. I don't mean to upset you. The first train ride of the day is going to be on one of the heritage diesels, so I'll see if I can get some information about it when we're on the train and see if we can get some footage to show you what the inside is like.
There's like number 12 or something around here that's mentioned.
We did the video. Yeah. We made the training video, we didn't. You might have to give it a...
Welcome on board the Heritage Diesel. As I said on the platform, it's the first ride of the day, so let's stick our head out the window and see what we can see. I think we're now coming into Weybourne Station. There's only 3 stations on this line: Sheringham, Weybourne and Holt. Travelling on these old trains really reminds me of my childhood. I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s. I was born in 1970, So I distinctly remember my parents putting me on trains like this, me and my sister, to go and visit family, a couple of sort of stops up the railway line, back to a very simpler time when parents would trust to stick an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old on a train, and then Nanny and Grandad would meet us the other end and pick us up. So here we are, now arriving at Holt, which is the final stop. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed already, that the seats on these old trains are way more comfortable than the seats on modern trains. I was on a train to Manchester last week for work and they were nowhere near as comfortable as this. It was a fairly quick turnaround time of about 20 minutes before the diesel went back to Sheringham, which gave me just enough time to get a quick overhead drone shot of this pretty little station at the end of the line. Right, welcome back to Sheringham. Time for some lunch and time to get the drone out, I think. See if we can get some footage, or aerial footage, of Sheringham Station. Right, now here's a question for people of a certain vintage, let's say a certain age. Who remembers bike lights like that shape and that style? Everready, I think, was the battery manufacturer, and they were absolutely useless. The lights, you might as well have had a candle on the front of your bike. It's a wonder I didn't get run over. I think it's worth mentioning that all the staff and volunteers at this Heritage Railway line in North Norfolk, the Poppy line, all do an amazing job. All 3 platforms and stations are really clean, well looked after. The trains are immaculate. All the volunteers are really friendly, got time to talk to people, answer any kind of questions that you might have. So it's well worth a visit. No offence to diesel trains, but as far as I'm concerned, here comes the main event. Oh yeah, this is what I remember. Definitely taking a trip back in time now. The carriages with the long corridor down the side and the individual rooms. Seat for people on either side with a table in the middle. So here we are, leaving Sheringham for the second time, but on the steam train this time. Past Sheringham Golf Club on the right hand side as you exit Sheringham, heading towards Holt again. So to my untrained eye, it looks like we're being pulled by a diesel and pushed by the steam train. I might be wrong. There you go. Anderson Shelter allotments and viewing area. It's an old World War II Anderson shelter or air raid shelter, complete with its own outside loo. And interesting, or maybe not so interesting, I don't know, fact of the day, my dad has actually got one of these at the bottom of his garden. It's not buried like this, it's just being used as a shed for all the rubbish that he's accumulated in the garden. But I used to store my motorbike in it when I lived at home. Inside an Anderson shelter there was usually a suitcase or box containing games, book and possibly some food. And a couple of rather creepy ass looking teddy bears. Welcome to Weybourne Station, which is the middle station of the three. As you can see, same as all the others, immaculately decorated, maintained and looked after. It's quite funny. You can see lots of couples. It's actually Valentine's Day today, and there's lots of couples walking about, and all the men are really interested and excited in the trains and the rolling stock and things like that, and all of the good ladies and the wives are kind of tagging along, thinking they could possibly be doing something different on Valentine's Day. Well, in line with my thinking about things, life in general, visiting places when it's quiet, I'll just stop talking for a second, just have a listen. Absolute silence. Nearly back to Sheringham after treating Becky to a romantic Valentine's Day out, backwards and forwards on steam trains and diesel trains. Who says romance is dead? Well, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've had a great time exploring the railway, the same as we have. And whoever you are, wherever you are, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next time. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.